Hey guys, what is happening? Welcome back to another video. So I recently took a trip to Dubrovnik, Croatia, which was a bit of a spontaneous one as the weather here in the UK has been absolutely rubbish. And this inspired me to create this video talking about my new favourite all-round lens, which has blown me away, to be honest, and I thought it was a perfect place to test it out. But before I get into that, I just want to say that if you have not visited Dubrovnik or Croatia in general, you should really go and take a trip, because it is without a doubt one of the most beautiful places I have ever visited. The sea was so blue and the sun was shining so hot, I really did not want to come home. When I go travelling, I usually end up taking too much gear, and I think a lot of us are guilty of this. I mainly tend to go with my Sony A7iv and the 24-70, but on this trip I wanted to go a bit lighter and have the ability to enjoy the trip without lugging around a huge backpack, and this leads me into this awesome lens that I've been loving so much. Now, I want to say that the main parts of this video are going to be talking about using this lens for video, but I've also dropped in a little section for you guys around the photography so you can see what this lens is capable of. Now, the lens is going to be the Sony 20mm 1.8, and yes, I know it has been out for a little while now, but this was a lens that I originally just overlooked. The lens is very compact and weighing in at a super lightweight 370 grams. Now, this makes it a great match for a nice compact hybrid setup, especially with this Sony A7 IV. Now, the autofocus, as you would expect from Sony, is absolutely solid, and the build quality to me is on par with GM glass, and I've been more than happy with it. It has full weather sealing, and I also love the smooth aperture and focus rings, and like the other Sony lenses, it features the ability to declick the aperture, which is something really useful when it comes to video. One aspect of this lens that I found to be incredibly good was the sharpness across the image, and the colour reproduction is super nice. The filming setup I used on this trip was purely handheld and using the Nisi Swift VND system with the CPL filter to help bring out the beautiful tones in the sea and allowing me to keep that footage super smooth at 25 frames a second with the VND. Now, one thing I've done recently is I have all my lenses set up with a step-up ring. Now, these have an outer diameter of 95mm, and this allows me to easily mount my matte box onto the lenses. And then I've also purchased these caps, which have a nice felt lining also, and this keeps the lens nice and protected, and I'll leave a link to these in the description below. Now, drop some comments also with your thoughts on this lens if you actually own it, as I'd love to know how you're getting on with it, or is this a lens that you guys have been looking at purchasing? Yeah, get in the comments below, I'd love to chat about it. This 20mm lens really fits well in with my current setup of Sony primes. I currently own the 35mm and 50 1.4, and this brings me onto the question I'm bound to get is, why didn't you buy the 24mm 1.4? Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are thinking or maybe pondering over the 24mm 1.4. And well, for me, I was in the same boat. In fact, I previously owned the 24mm 1.4 and I actually sold it. And when it came to me considering the 24mm again, it did once again appear on my radar. Now, something about the 20mm that I loved was the little bit of extra width you get with it, and being in filmmaking, two of my favourite focal lengths have been the 20mm and 40mm focal lengths. So with this in mind, I did take the plunge with the 20mm, and it's really been a choice I haven't regretted. I've been using this on a few productions recently, and I find that it rarely leaves my A7 IV body. With that close focus distance, it really lends itself to varying styles, and you can get some lovely wide shots, but also those nice portrait style images. We're going to look at a few photo examples now. And while I was in Croatia, it was inevitable that I was going to take some photos of this incredible place. So here are the photo examples using the 20mm 1.8. And as always, drop some comments below to let me know which is your favourite, and if you are using the 20mm yourself, it would be great to know how you're getting on. So who's this lens going to be for. I mean, let's face it, this lens can cover a hell of a lot, and it does it really well. If you are shooting astro, landscape, this is a great choice with that lovely sharpness and 1.8 aperture. And with video, it's a superb all-rounder, being nice and lightweight for that gimbal work, and it has a great close focusing distance of 19 centimeters, and it gives you beautiful color reproduction. With this small versatile lens paired with something like an A7 IV or either the Sony A7C bodies, it really makes for a super quick, lightweight, all-round combo. And if you are looking for a hybrid lens that will cover photo and video, then look no further, hit that purchase button now. In fact, I picked this lens up for a steal at £590, I think, and honestly, it's been my favourite purchase to date with lenses. So I hope this video has helped you. If it has, hit the comments, hit the likes, really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys on another video super soon. Peace.